Hello and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Evolved Frozen Factory Let's Play. Today we're going to be focusing on a lot of aesthetic things while our bars and such build up. Maybe knock out some research, but mostly I want to get the stuff that I've cleared out filled in. Now I basically just removed all the snow. And in the areas that I'm not really planning on walking too much in, well, I'm replacing my blocks that I don't want to place. Got to be careful when you're doing that build to me. There we go. Just replacing all of these blocks, because now again the snow makes you walk really slow, so even though this doesn't make me walk faster than normal, it doesn't make me walk slower than normal too. So that's really what I'm going for. And then of course the areas that I traverse the most, I'm going to put these. Oh, let's see. I also finished doing this. Let's take a look. Oh, he wanted to come visit. As you can see, this is completely finished. We've just got to get some guns, really, and then we can automate it. He's still falling. See you later. I'll collect your loot later. It's really all I didn't do much. I just collected bars. I did some exploring. You see this marker I got over here? It's something like 40 million copper over there. And that is substantial because it is right on the surface, so I can use regular conveyors. I don't have to worry about Minox. It's real easy to get to, and it's right by where I'm building my warehouse, which we're going to start looking at next. So you see I've laid the foundation 15 by 15. I like doing odd numbers because call me crazy, but I like to do a door in the middle. That's just me. But let's take a quick look at the design I'm going to go with. He wants to come play. Whoa, super speedy slimes. I noticed that sometimes when you just kind of turn the camera, you can catch them going super fast. I think that's maybe the loading trying to catch up to where they're supposed to be. I'm not quite sure on that. So anyway, I'm going to do basically a simple building. I am going to do the cheap marble for my walls. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to do it 10 high off the ground for now because I want to do 2 floors actually for this factory. And I can really implement the build to me with this. If I mistake, it's only 1 paste now. This marble only takes 1 paste to make. It doesn't really give you any increased speed, but again, it only takes 1 paste to make, and I think it looks pretty nice, pretty swanky. So this is the foundation. As far as flooring goes, I'm kind of going to do a crisscross pattern in here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, perfect. Then we'll go about the middle of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. I didn't do that right. There we go. And then to fill in the rest, I still want some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, sorry. I wanted to make sure that was even. I want some sort of floor tile that will make me move faster, but I don't want it to be the same as everything else I've got. So I am actually going to use this. I know it's a little silly because it's a wall, and I'm using a wall for a floor, so sue me, but it does make you walk the same speed as everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and get my floors put in. For walls, we are going to use I think for the regular wall, we're going to try this. I've never really used this block before, but again, it costs 1. It also does not give you any kind of speed boost, so it's really purely for aesthetic. That, although, is what I'm going to try to use. I'm going to get the walls built up, get the floor built up, and we'll be right back. So when I originally laid the foundation, I miscounted. I did 15 on one side, 16 on the other, so I have fixed that. Got my walls up, got my second layer of floor up, almost got the walls up. I've got to decide what kind of window I'm going to use. Now, normally I use space windows and space windows pretty much only, but I'm going to try to be a little different this time. And, let's see, we've got... Oh, we only have 2 windows, do we? And then this truss. I never played with that either. Just 2 windows, huh? And that takes planks. Alright, I'm gonna go with it. Like I said, I haven't done this one before. Yeah, that looks okay. It's not bad. Alright, let me wrap this up. Well, there we have it. No roof, no doors. This game does not have opening and closing doors, unfortunately. Probably never something that'll be added in. One last step, of course, is the elevator going up. Now, currently it is at 4, so that is what we want to set it to go to. It will only go as high as 4. That way it doesn't take me way above my thing. There we go. Fantastic. Now, you're probably scratching your head wondering, why did you build this thing? What's the point of that? Well, you'll see. You will see very shortly. So what we're going to do is first we're going to come over here and dig up all of this PCB stuff that I've already built. All the plate, all that good stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reconstruct it all up there. I'm going to get a couple more of each so that I can do this a little bit more long term. This is something that I'm building. I'm going to feed it, and then I'm never really going to bother with it again. You'll see what I mean. It'll be great, I promise you. I'm going to take a minute, try to figure out how to do this, and I will be back. I came up with the design I'm a little happy with. I made this tile by just taking a regular white canvas, which is made in the self-crafting. If you press N, you open up your paint gun. Right click, you can do the color settings. It saves your previously used colors. And then you color a block. And then to make more of them without having to color multiple blocks, just copy that block and it'll automatically make that color of canvas. You can actually do that I'll get it. There we go. You can actually do that with multiple blocks. So really, if you want to save your paint setting more than 4, just take one of these blocks and just place it somewhere that you're never going to see it. And then if you want to go ahead and make more of that particular block, it's really easy. Just go find it, middle click it. You don't have to worry about matching the color exactly, because you can get very technical with the colors. So now if you've seen any of my playthroughs or anything before, this is kind of something I like to do. I set up little displays almost. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my products up here out of sight. Feed them down into here. It's going to be glorious. I'll come back when I have something to actually show. Alright, so I figured out how I'm going to do this. I'm going to run a belt here to a logistics hopper here. Conveyor. Conveyor. Then we're going to do our stamper. Extrusion. Coiler. PCB into a storage hopper, so that for all the materials, tier 1, 2, 3, or I'm sorry, copper, tin, iron, and lithium, I can come up here, grab plates or PCBs. And then what I'm going to do for the more commonly ones, like the PCBs, most likely all PCBs will be run down to the windows. Plates, I'm going to run tin plate down, and I'm going to run lithium coil down as well. All that's going to take me a little bit. I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, I haven't quite finished yet, but this beeping is driving me crazy. And the only reason I haven't gone and shut it off yet is because I wanted to show you, because this is something new that's been added in. So all you got to do is go up to the miner, and you see in the bottom left hand corner it says offline warning true. You can turn that to false, and now the iron extractor warning has been cleared. So now I just need to wait for that to clear. Now the lithium ore extractor is offline. And really, once you get it automated, if those offline warnings are going off, you might want to actually investigate it. But right now, I know it's only offline because it's full, and that's because I don't want to go down there every 2 seconds. So I'm going to go down here, I'm going to false this one, and then I'm going to finish what I was building. Be back. Alright, I got everything set up here. All 4 bars, excuse me. Copper, tin, iron, lithium. It's fed in through the back here. That will be automated. I will just be doing it myself for now. I don't have enough conveyor belts, and I don't really want to use conveyor belts to automate the bars in here. So what I'm going to do is through the holes back here, I'm going to bring my PCBs and the plates, the tin plates, and the lithium coils, because those both are used pretty often, and I'll show you guys when it's finished. Everything has been sorted now. All of the belts are coming down here, feeding into here. Yes, okay. All of them. Now I just need to put resources, aka bars, in the back here, like so. This is just temporary now, of course. I don't have any lithium to put in there, but I will have belts feeding into these from all different areas. The belts will be running down below. It will look pretty fantastic. Something that I forgot that I wanted to do, you see how I built this PTG battery coal dispensary over here? I want to do the same thing so I don't have this line coming through my base here. The cleaner it is, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and make a PTG. I have a hopper. I have a battery. That's better.
Crafting.
I have everything I need, and I'm going to break these along the way. Nice and clean. Now I will have to feed coal into these hoppers every now and again, but once I start getting stuff like enriched coal, it'll be far fewer in between, and then eventually when I have better power systems like solar power, I can build a small bank of power that will survive through the night, and then it'll beam down. And it'll just have its own individual power source. And then, of course, eventually I hope to find a massive ore cavern like I had in my last game, and be able to extract all the same ores from the same place. That would be nice. So we're going to place our PTG there. We're going to give it a battery. Hopper, fill it with coal, and now that takes care of power for that. We've got this finished. I did not put a roof on here yet because I'm going to be adding another structure on top. On top of this, I'm going to add storage because, you know, often you're going to be picking up copper wire, copper coils, plates, things that you don't want to keep in your inventory, but we have storage crates that I'm going to research. I'll research that now. I'm going to research the storage crates, and I'm going to build a nice little storage crate system for all our different kinds of items. I believe I have to actually research the recipe for storage crate. And then they should be in the logistics tab, and they still only take wooden planks to make. Now, the unknown material on the colored storage crates, that is under crafting, or under, decoration crafting. Red canvas, blue canvas, green canvas.
Crafting.
Let me just craft one of each of these.
Crafting.
And now, as you see, there's no more unknown material. That's all been covered. As soon as I see unknown material, I'm going to try to explain what it is and unlock it right away. I don't like that question mark. As far as how I'm going to actually build this on top of here, probably continue with what I have. Just add what would look like a roof. So when I'm done, or when I have something to show, I'll be back. Dun 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 dun. There it is. We got the roof. Got little crenellations on the top. We got our individual storage systems set up so that we can put away things that we no longer want to be holding. I'll probably move those signs. Say like copper in there, copper plate. Bars we'll hold on to. I will make a separate storage for things like research parts, plant parts, all that fun. Random weird things that you don't want to keep in your inventory. And I also have a separate storage for all my building parts for when I go building things. I just like to keep everything separate and organized. I'm probably going to change the faces of this. The back of this will be covered because I'll have lines running up to these. I think that's a good start for now on our base. Probably go do some exploring. I've already actually done a little bit of exploring. I'll probably show you those clips too. And be right back. 2 diamonds. It must be my lucky day. 2 more diamonds. Building teleporters is not going to be an issue for me this playthrough. So I was doing some exploring, and look at this. The mother lode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was one up here. 7 diamonds and an emerald. This game loves me. As I'm looking around up here, I'm starting to think that maybe it's time to just replace all of this snow with the wooden blocks, or go harvest a bunch of snow somewhere and replace the wooden blocks with snow. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, tell me what do you think would look better, the snow or the wood. Now granted, you do walk slower on the snow, but I am building paths where I need to go. So let me know what you think. Should I keep it snow, replace everything with the snow, or should I just go and replace everything as far as the eye can see with these wooden blocks? I've definitely got plenty of tree trunks to do it.
Crafting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have several thousands and thousands of wooden planks, so I'll definitely have enough wooden planks to do it. It would not be an issue at all. So like I said, let me know what you guys think. I believe it may be time to try to automate the iron. Let's see what Mark II turrets require for crafting. Mark 1s require hardened PCB iron plate, no problem. Charged PCB, which is the lithium, which I've got plenty of, and turret Mark 1. So I'm just going to skip Mark 1 turrets. I'm going to go straight to the Mark 2. I need to gather some hardened PCBs, and some iron plates. It's probably not the best way to go. But hardened PCB. And iron plates aren't really that oftenly used. So I didn't set it up to go down there. Because only when I'm building my turrets am I going to need to mass produce those. And I got 100 of them storing up there anyway. Definitely need to add a road back here. I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's go focus on those guns, shall we? And I'm out of tin bars. Of course I am. And there's no tin bars in here. Sad day. Well, I can't do anything until I have those tin bars, so I'll be back. How could you forget? You just put the bars in there. Luckily I saved them. We can build 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. We're going to go and build only 2 of those for now. As soon as I have the tin bars, I am going to go ahead and make 2. I don't really have enough conveyor belts, and again, I need a ton of conveyor belts to run all the way from over there, all the way over here. Well, it's actually not going to go over here. I'm going to set up smelting in another building. Probably here about, or behind in a corner to this one. And you'll see why later. But if I do smelting here, it'll be a cinch. If I smelt my tier 1 here, sorry, it'll be a cinch to just move the bars over there, craft everything I need. Again, that will be for a later episode. Right now, I definitely need more tin. I need a lot more tin to make all of these conveyor belts. I don't really want to play around with this smelter, this basic ore smelter. You cannot put forced induction on it, and it takes double the ore. So I would rather wait if I can. Just curious to see how far away I am. I believe I need this. Well, because you mark 2 forced induction. Well, I can't do that until I get my lab built. So let's take a look at the research assembler. We're going to need that for the lab, and we're going to need laboratory components. Simple. Requires a lot of basic PCBs and experimental pods. So we're going to need research assemblers first. We're going to need basic PCBs and copper housing. Copper housing requires copper plate. I have most of that stuff. I believe I've got. Yeah, these are going to have to move. They're going to have to be on top. I'm targeting them instead of the crate, unfortunately, so I'll fix that in a moment. The copper plates. Basic PCBs. And I think that's it, right? At least for the research assembler. We need copper housing.
Crafting.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these guys are seriously power hungry. Right now I'm only going to be able to craft things pretty slowly. But eventually, you know, the power, I think it's 50 power per second, that's going to be nothing. Now I've already actually set up most of these. If I just put these as remove only, I'll have to do another. And you know what I'll do here is I'll actually extend this out to here, remove only him, and part of these will go down to my storage, part of these will be used for research assembly. And you just pop these all down right in the middles. It takes plates and PCBs, turns them into research pods. So it's going to need the copper plates, the basic PCBs, and power. Not quite sure how I'm going to do power yet. Probably something on top, beaming down, and I feed from the side and we never have to actually look at it. That will be possible. I'll have to rearrange my crates a little bit. That's not a problem though. That should be pretty easy to manage. I will need a lot more tin before I can manage that though. So I guess this is probably a good time to wrap up the episode. In between episodes, I'm going to grab a couple hundred bars so that we can get a lot of progress done. We will be building a new building for our smelter area. It's going to be probably 3 or 4 times the size of this building in width and length. And that again is going to house all of our smelting. Below it, I'll probably do some sort of mass storage and all kinds of entrances and exits. It'll be pretty fantastic looking. But I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.